Hello, today I will read Numbers chapter 12. In chapter 11, we saw that the God, the Holy Spirit, which was in Moses, God was separated to the other 70 elders, and two of them he took off the spirit that was on him and put the spirit on the 70 elders. When the spirit rested on them, they prophesied, but they did not do so again. So that was the sign. In nowadays, the sign, the people are concentrate on the speaking in tongues, to be the sign. But here it was the prophecy, and not just here. We will see at David too, at Saul too, before David, and it was the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, which made them to make prophecies. And the two of them were Medad and Eldad and Medad, and they were in camp. And Joshua, son of Nun, who had been Moses' aide since youth, spoke up and said, "Moses, my Lord, stop them." And Moses replied, "Are you jealous for my sake? I wish that all the Lord's people were prophets, and that the Lord would put his spirit on them." Then Moses and the elders of Israel returned to the camp. And then the quails, it appeared, the quails, but they were very angry and very selfish, or how to say, and they were eating, they were consuming almost alive, and God was very angry and struck them with a severe plague. Okay, let's continue with chapter 12. Miriam and Aaron began to talk against Moses because of his Cushite wife, for he had married a Cushite. "Has the Lord spoken only through Moses?" they asked. "Hasn't he also spoken through us?" And the Lord heard this. Now Moses was a very humble man, more humble than anyone else on the face of the earth. At once the Lord said to Moses, Aaron, and Miriam. So Miriam, it was Moses' sister, who took care of him when he was very young, when he was born, and he was looking after him into the Nile River, and then she arranged the Pharaoh's daughter she went to the Pharaoh's daughter and asked her if she wants a woman from the Israelite people who can feed breasting the child, and the daughter of Pharaoh accepted, and yeah, it was her mother, but she didn't know. And that was Miriam, and Aaron was a brother older than him, 2 or 3 years older. So the law of the Pharaoh to kill every people, I think it was just when Moses, from when Moses was born, or something like that. 2 years ago or 3, it was not. Or maybe those two women who were in that position to take care of the woman in pregnancy. They were afraid of God and did not kill the child. Okay, let's continue. At once the Lord said to Moses, Aaron, and Miriam, "Come out to the tent of meeting, all 3 of you." So the 3 of them came out. Then the Lord came down in a pillar of cloud. He stood at the entrance to the tent and summoned Aaron and Miriam. When both of them stepped forward, he said, "Listen to my words. When a prophet of the Lord is among you, I reveal myself to him in visions. I speak to him in dreams. But this is not true of my servant Moses. He is faithful in all my house. With him I speak face to face." Wow, I want that too. Clearly and not in riddles. Yeah, why God make so complicated life? I mean, even his voice. God, what is your voice? My inner feeling of doing that, of doing this. Sometimes, yeah. My perception, in my mind is from the Holy Spirit or not. Maybe sometimes, yeah, maybe sometimes, I don't know. It's about which kind of food you are feeding your brain. If you're feeding with the Lord's, the Bible, the Lord's words, it's very possible that God to speak in your mind too. Or to understand it more clear in the light and the darkness. He sees the form of the Lord. Why then are you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? The anger of the Lord burned against them, and he left them. When the cloud lifted from above the tent, there stood Miriam leprous, like snow. Aaron turned toward her and saw that she had leprosy. And he said to Moses, "Please, my Lord, do not hold against us the sin we have so foolishly committed. Do not let her be like a stillborn infant coming from its mother's womb, with its flesh half eaten away." Whoa. So Moses cried out to the Lord, "Oh God, please heal her." The Lord replied to Moses, "If her father had spit in her face, would she not have been in disgrace for 7 days? Confine her outside the camp for 7 days. After that she can be brought back." Wow. So even if it was a punishment, God makes a comparison here. If her father, so he's acting like her father. Even a punishment from God is a blessing, that because it means that he cares of you and that he sees you as his son or as his, I don't know, best friend, or maybe as his son. After that she can be brought back. So Miriam was confined outside the camp for 7 days, and the people did not move on until she was brought back. After that, the people left Hatzeroth and encamped in the desert of Paran. That was the chapter. First, we must not talk bad and irrationally against someone, or I don't know, and may God help us. Second, God choose people who He wants, and it's His decision. And three, we saw that Miriam was punished by God. Moses cried out to the Lord, "Oh God, please heal her," and then if her father has spit in her face, would she not have been in disgrace for 7 days? God is confirming that he is acting like her father. So yeah, if we look at if we are punished by God, if we did something against Him or something, it is about because God loves us. God loves us, and yeah. Or if He tried to correct us, I mean, He has wisdom and He knows how to act on each of us and on each case. Okay, may the God bless me, protect me, and delight me in the next chapter too, and if He wants, He will see me there too. God bless you all, and goodbye.